We lit live. This is WBBC Chicago. Yeah. 77.3, your hottest digital station. Now in digital HD sound.
What's going out there, people in Radio Land? It's the one and only DJ Malone, man. Chicago 77.3, the best place to be at on any day. Really, how you guys doing? I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and I hope you are too. It's getting a little bit hotter. My birthday is in the next couple weeks, so Aries season, we're in full effect right now, and you guys already know what time it is. April the 25th, man, we're going to be having our 6-year anniversary, so make sure you guys get that in, and, we get everything going, and it's going to be something hot. I got a hot-ass artist coming your way, man. I want you guys to really get in tune with him, man. I really like what he has going on. Hey, man, we got this guy, man, Tim Lewis. How you feeling, man?
Hey, what's going on? Hey, thanks for having me on the show, man.
Man, I appreciate you being on here and rocking with me, man. How's everything?
Hey, man, good as it can be. Everything is everything. I'm just blessed to see another day. Keep doing what I'm doing, man. Just keep hustling out here. That's all.
Hey, I ain't mad at that, man. I'm not mad at that at all. So let's go into a time machine. How did this start out for you?
Well, I've been making music going on about 15 years. So since 2011, since I was 19. I just turned 34 this year, you know what I'm saying? So it's just a blessing to still be doing it. And even just to see 34, that's a blessing in itself right there.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, about 2011, me and my friends, it started out just like something just had fun. I mean, of course I had dreams to do something bigger, but you a kid at that time, 19, you don't really have everything figured out at that time.
Yeah.
But you just started making music, just putting out stuff. And I just kept going. A lot of people I started with, they kind of fell off. Obviously, people have families, or just lose their passion for it or other things. But I just stuck with it. I stayed focused and stayed on my grind. And since then, I just been working on my craft and doing open mics here and there and stuff like that. In the DMV area between DC and Baltimore. So I've been fortunate, to kind of go back and forth and, network with people, what I'm saying, and, just create different opportunities, going back and forth between DC and Baltimore and the whole DMV, what I'm saying? So, yeah, man.
That's what's up. Let me ask you this. Growing up, man, who you listening to in the household?
I mean, I'm fortunate enough for my dad to be a DJ, so, I just always been around music my whole life.
That's right.
My favorite rapper, probably all time, I have to say LL Cool J.
Okay.
He was a big inspiration for me just because he stood out from the pack during his time when he came up. Like everybody that was coming up, they was trying to be like a tough guy and all that stuff like that, trying to be all hard. But he's like one of the few rappers that he showed that vulnerable side. Like, yeah, you can be cool, and tough, but you can also show that vulnerable side. He's like one of the first rappers, doing songs with ladies and stuff too.
Yeah.
Like I Need Love, but he can switch it up on you too. He hit you with that Mama Said Knock You Out. Well, I shot you, you know what I'm saying? Like, LL gets busy, you know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of people don't realize, like, he was Drake before Drake, minus the singing and stuff,
I get that.
So, yeah, LL was a big inspiration. Also, my dad, too, because he's a DJ. So, just being around music and all that stuff like that. So, yeah.
Okay. If you had to describe your sound, how would you describe it?
That's interesting because, me being from Maryland, the DMV area, people they're trying to figure us out, so especially since, we're kind of like coming up, New York, they sound obviously, Atlanta, LA, of course, you in Chicago, y'all got y'all sound too. People still trying to figure the DMV out. But for me, because I said LL is my favorite, so, I like more of the old school. So for me, it's like more of like that 90s hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Even a little bit of the early 2000s, like I'm like an old soul, so I prefer, listen like old school, like 90s hip hop and stuff like that.
I can respect that.
So
I can respect that.
that's more my speed right there.
Nas Illmatic to me was the best. For me, it was one of the best albums. From me. Of course, there was other ones like 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying. To me, is one of the greats and everything. I like I said, I'm a lyricist type of guy. I like to hear about things and everything. So to hear that you're going in that lane and your storytelling, I like that, man. I like that.
Yeah, man. I definitely appreciate the storytelling. Like, Nas, great storyteller. Biggie, another one.
Bro.
Andre 3000, shout out to Three Stacks. He's another one as well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you don't really see a whole lot of that these days. I mean, you got a couple that's still around, like J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar. They keeping that
Right.
lyricism, that storytelling aspect
Yeah.
alive in hip hop. But eventually, their careers are going to wind down. Eventually, somebody got to step up and take that mantle too. So,
That's real. That's
we
real.
definitely got to keep that lyricism, that storytelling alive. You know what I'm saying? Because hip hop, the way it started, like people were saying something. It was about going against the system, fighting the man, fight the power, with
That's real.
Public Enemy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we kind of like gotten away from that a little bit. Like I know different generations, things change and stuff like that too. But hip hop used to stand for something. It was just
That's
like
real.
a movement. You know what I'm saying? It still is to a degree, but I feel like we gotten away from that core aspect of it.
I feel that. I feel that the essence that made it what it was that we fell in love with in the first place.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, there's there's glimpses of it like J. Cole, Kendrick, but I get what you're saying. It's just I wouldn't say watered down, but it's not the grittiness that we came up on, or that drive or that storytelling. It's more about just who can make the hottest hit and the catchiest things. And then don't get me wrong, there's a place and time for it, but I also think there's storytelling that should be told, man.
Absolutely, man. That's why I would like to get off on this single that I'm promoting, like Villain Origin Story.
Yeah.
That's out now. Y'all can check it out, all platforms streaming. Got the music video out on YouTube. And when I put out this record, like I went in the studio and I was going through like a rough patch during this period.
Okay.
So it was just a chance for me just to kind of vent, any frustrations I had at the time. You gotta think about the title Villain Origin Story. You watch any like movie or something like that.
Yeah.
And, a lot of villains, like say the Joker or something like that, or Thanos, they have like a tragic origin, you know what I'm saying, that makes them who they are, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of took that, and if you listen to the song, like you'll notice I make a lot of references and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just try to like put myself in their mind, their thought process, what they going through.
That's right.
I make that my own, you know what I'm saying? So that's
like
pretty
that.
much what it is.
Before we dive into it, now is this we're just doing a single, or we doing EPs, or is this coming off an album? What we doing right here?
Originally, I had intended to put this on like maybe an album or some type of project. But just like other things just keep coming up, whether it's like events or just personal life, life be life and sometimes.
Right.
So I just say, just put out the music, you can't hold on to it forever. You know what I'm saying? Like people got to hear this, just put it out for right now. And, if the project comes up, maybe we'll circle back to it, but, I'm just putting out as a single for right now. So,
okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. I ain't mad at that. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into the record. You want to introduce it real quick?
Yeah, man. So the single Villain Origin Story, featuring myself, produced by Lucid Beats, you know what I'm saying, out now, streaming everywhere, all platforms, wherever you get your music, man. So make sure y'all go check it out.
Villain Origin Story right here, man. Tim Lewis, make sure you guys get it in Chicago, 77.3. Let's go.
The illest, Tim Lewis. Let's tell him about it. Playing nice ain't give me shit, so I play the villain. Michael, Freddie, Jason, bitch, either way I kill it. Used to be that shy nigga, now I be the illest. Recognize a diamond when you see me in the building. You see me at the shining, that's a nightmare to you niggas. You was laughing at my pain, I'ma make you niggas feel it. Now I'm laughing to the bank, all you niggas and your feelings. Recognize the game, I'ma tell you about this image. It's some spooky shit, scary movie shit, making moves and shit. Timmy too legit, I don't clown around, you know I'm it. Catch me on your tube, making power moves, poltergeist, James St. Patrick shit. They ain't never hand me shit, I ain't never asked for shit. Never going out like Krillin, I go on and fucking get it, just to say I fucking did it, nigga. Cooler than the freezer, really I'm just saying, ain't no monkey business neither. I'm just saying, only a few of us out here get that killer instinct, you know? Lounging with the goodies wasn't really working for me, so I grabbed my black Timbs and my all black hoodies. Teachers never understood me when your boy was getting bullied. Had to teach them sucker niggas think twice before coming for me. Demon seed, please believe the omen ain't got shit on me. Make my mark on history, put them out they misery. Kathy Bates with that on my psycho shit. No man base with that. I'm just spitting facts. I don't even care. Niggas try to carry me, so I cancel prom night. Body bags all night. It's gonna be a long night. Don't ever challenge me. There will be brutality, casualties, fucked up and sad to see chaos, insanity. Tragically ending in tragedy. So much calamity. No one lives happily. Murder was the case. I killed the beat actually. Climbing up that ladder like I'm Razor Ramon. I had to wrestle with demons. Now I'm dripping in gold. So like I've been saying, you're now rocking with the illest, Tim Lewis. You want the bad guy? Well, now you got him.
Yeah, man. Tim Lewis, man. You guys already know what time it is. Villain Origin Story is the title. Make sure you guys go grab it, just damn and do what you gotta do, man. Yay. I like that, man. Tim, man, I really do like that. Yo. I ain't gonna hold you, man. I like that, man. I can tell, like, it feels like you had some points to prove, or at least points to prove to yourself. Would that be a good assessment?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think it's definitely both. For anybody that may have doubted my skills or, my drive or anything like that, and also to myself too, because I recorded that song in 2021. We released it, last summer, July. You know what I'm saying? So I've been holding on to that, just waiting for the right time, because time is everything in this business.
Yeah.
So at the time when I was recording, I was like, I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it, because it's a hard beat. You know what I'm saying? You listen to like you gotta really go in. So, but yeah, man, it's just I had some things to say. I had not only to prove to other people, but to prove to myself, like, can I still keep going? You know what I'm saying? Can I still do this? And I just went in, didn't even think about it, just went in, just spoke from the heart. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what you gotta do sometimes. And like you said, like I was saying earlier, like some of the references I mentioned, mentioned like some of the villains and putting yourself in that mindset and stuff like that.
I get that. I like that. And I think sometimes, man, and I hear a lot of girls be saying this, but a lot of dudes say it too. I'm in my villain era. And I think sometimes when people say that, I think sometimes we get it construed that no, you're gonna be an asshole or something to that magnitude. But it's really on more of I'm taking what's mine. I'm taking the ownership of whatever may have you. And I think sometimes that's you have to be not saying selfish in a way of, push everybody down, but you have to be selfish within yourself to say, hey, yo, man, I can stand on my own 2 feet here and I can do this for my own liking and make sure that it goes about. You know what I'm saying? So I can, I love that for you, man.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I agree with that 100%. And sometimes you gotta be a little selfish. You gotta sacrifice. And a lot of people, friends, family, they may not always understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had to miss birthdays and some weddings, even like some funerals. You know what I'm saying? Just to kind of put in the work with this, and not everybody's going to understand that. It's been times where early on when I was doing music, where I was putting other people on, helping them out. You know what I'm saying, with some studio time and whatnot. I didn't ask for anything back, but at the end of the day, it's like, if you come in there, you wasting time, and you on my dime too with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I can't keep doing this. So it's like I gotta get back to what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's important to my future and my career and stuff like that. So let me just get back on mine. You know what I'm saying? We'll just keep it pushing. Because like they say, everybody can't go. So you know what I'm saying? You just gotta focus on you, man.
I mean that's the realest quote in the world. Not everybody's meant for the journey. And I tell people, tell my DJs this, and even me DJing in my career and everything, not everybody's meant to go down the hallway with you. And a lot of times we have this vision like, oh yeah, man, this is my day one, or this is my guy right here, or whatever. But sometimes a person is only meant to get you to this point, and then we got to go on. Same thing, kind of like grade school. When we came from kindergarten, first grade, all the way to 12th grade, at a point we had to move on from the older teachers from elementary school. Even if they probably were the best teachers, we had to move on and go forward. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, I agree with that 100%.
So, let me ask you a deep question, man. How are you doing mentally?
Oh, I like to say I'm doing fine, but of course, everybody's going through stuff, like life be life, but Honestly, like I'm doing good. Like I said, I woke up today, so
That's real.
that's a great thing, you know. So I have a great team behind me, great management. Shout out my management team,
That's
Mouye
what's up.
Gang. You know what I'm saying? Because like the first 10 years, like I said, I've been doing this 15 years. So the first 10 years I've been doing this by myself, you know,
Yeah.
strictly like independent, everything out of my own pocket. Still come out of pocket for a lot of stuff, you know, but you know, it's a big help and a big advantage to have representation.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of artists who might be tuning in, they probably should hear this. Like you can do a lot on your own if you know the business and stuff like that. But a lot of people
Yeah.
don't know the business lingo. They don't know certain places to go or who to talk to.
Yeah.
You know, your management, your representation, you know, they can get you in rooms that you can't on your own. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
real.
So
That's real.
they can get you in the door and then it falls on you to make sure you stay in the room. You
That's
know what I'm
real.
saying?
I
Because
respect that.
you know, so you can have the talent, you can be the nicest, you know, MC, the nicest rapper in your neighborhood or in your city, your state, but it don't mean nothing if you don't have the right representation and you don't have the knowledge, you know what I'm
That's
saying,
real.
you know, to get to where you need to go to. Because they always say like, oh, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. But I mean, that could be a little bit true, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, after what I just said, but it goes both ways too. You got to know a little bit. You got to educate yourself and
Yeah.
know about the
Yeah.
business
Yeah.
because a lot of people getting taken advantage of. So, and like it's good to have management, but to have people that you trust. And
That's real.
you know, they haven't steered me wrong yet. You know what I'm saying? Um, just willing to work with me and just sticking behind me and support me with whatever I'm doing, whether it's the music and even like other ventures, whether you know, because I just started a wrestling podcast not too long ago, last
Okay.
year. You
That's what's
know,
up, bro. That's
yeah.
what's
So
up.
yeah, check us out. Tables, Ladders, and Conversations, hosted by myself, Tim Lewis, and my co-host Jeremy Dove, every other Thursday, streaming all podcast platforms. Just want to put that out there real quick.
So real quick, man. So
Yeah.
cause I'm a wrestling guy. So
Okay.
let me kind of and we're gonna talk about the other joint that you got too. But
Oh
I
yeah.
so right now I am not I'm not too happy about with the Roman Reigns and the CM Punk thing.
Mm,
Um, and I want it to be juicy. I want it to be good, but it's just not hitting, man. I
yeah.
ain't gonna lie, it's just not hitting. And it's like I really had to come to that realization. I'm like, I ain't gonna hold you. Over Finney and Brock Lesnar, I might want to trade that main event. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
what's your thoughts on that, man?
Yeah, I mean, I figure he's gonna go with the Roman Reigns CM Punk first because you know CM Punk from Chicago, so I
Yeah,
figure that's one of your guys right there. Um, it started out hot, you know what I'm saying? Like we just talked about it on like our YouTube portion of our podcast.
yeah,
We was talking doing a recap of the Royal Rumble and everything, and the night after. It started out hot with you know the challenge and stuff, the initial challenge
yeah,
and that promo, like it was fire, you know, but like through the you know the coming weeks, it's like it kind of just fell off. I mean, part of that what hurt it is Roman not being there every single week.
yeah,
You know, what I'm saying
yeah,
that hurt.
yeah,
And I know he's earned like certain privileges and stuff like that, and you know he may or may not still be dealing with leukemia, so maybe
yeah,
health reasons. That's probably why he's not on TV every week. But it does hurt the storyline. You know, going into your biggest show of the year. You know, what I'm saying you're building up this main event. You know, what I'm saying CM Punk. You know, he's trying to hold it all together by himself, and
yeah,
he's got more heat with the Usos, Roman's cousin, than he does with Roman, the person he's actually fighting.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like you got Jey Uso who's getting in his face. He's not even fighting Jey. He's fighting Roman and
yeah,
stuff. And then the part where he said he gonna bury Roman next to his dad, who just passed away last year.
yeah.
Like somebody say they gonna bury you next to your father. Like, nah, you
Yeah,
know, what I'm saying
yeah,
we
bro.
got
Yeah,
we gotta get the
cause,
strap or something,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
You
cause
know,
it's like there's certain things. It's like, and then the next following week he got mad because Roman called him old. But I'm like, bro, you crossed the line heavy on that. So what's it? It's like, yo, man,
well,
and
Well,
go ahead.
here's the thing. So he said that, but I heard like last minute they kind of changed it because they were supposed to get more personal, more deep with that, but they changed it the last minute or something like that. I don't
Damn.
know, which is crazy because I'm just like, man, like you go hard, like you should at least be able to take one back. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
this wrestling, like it goes hand to hand. You got it's a give and take business. You got to be able to take those too. You know,
yeah,
so
man.
I mean I don't know what's up with that. But then the next week after that. Roman beat down Punk, which I thought that's what should have happened the week before. You know what I'm
Exactly,
saying? Like he
exactly.
say that about your father, you should have beat him down like that you know the
That's
next
real.
week and stuff like that. But you know, it's kind of all over the place. I'm a little bit more interested in the Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton storyline. Like
Yeah,
that has me kind of hooked myself just because you know they have a lot of history and stuff like
yeah,
that. and they built themselves up. So that should be interesting. I'm definitely interested in the Obafemi Brock Lesnar match too. You know what I'm saying? So Obafemi, he's looked like a big star right now, and hopefully they do him justice. And Trick Williams, he's another one who has a lot of promise and potential as well. So I hope they do him justice too. So yeah.
I think a lot of people are getting mad because they're saying, "Oh well, Oba got Brock 2 times in a row. Oba's losing at WrestleMania, but we still got a long way to go.
Yeah.
We still got a good few weeks to go before anything. Anything could happen. So I'm always optimistic about things, but I think what's hindering a lot of stuff is it's this 7-week stretch. I don't remember because it started last year, but I don't remember like it being that like far out from WrestleMania. 7 weeks, and I think that hurts it so much.
It does a bit, but I see what business wise, it makes sense because now they're doing more stadiums. And I don't know if you remember, but 2 years ago, WrestleMania 40 was in Philly, and they were at the Lincoln Financial Field, which is an outdoor stadium.
Yeah.
And Lincoln Financial Field, they don't have a roof over. It's not like a dome, like it's an outdoor stadium. And that was in like early April. This early April, the weather be kind of tricky, in the Northeast and stuff like that. So
I get that.
I figured they probably want to move it to like later April, like they did last year and even this year, and maybe going forward, is so they can have more options on where to host it at. Like I'm sure they want to go back to like New York at MetLife, and I'm sure they want to go back to Philly. Maybe if the weather being warm in late April, they could probably bring it back to Chicago. You know what I'm saying? So. I know Chicago's due for WrestleMania. Y'all hosted like 3 of them at least.
It's been a while. It's been a while, but I think we just got what was that, the elimination chamber? So we just got that. So I'm interested to see how everything pans out. I get everything is a fluctuation. Sometimes it's gonna be hot. Sometimes it's gonna be cold. Sometimes it's gonna be up in the air. I think what a lot of times when people get misconstrued at is that, and we're going back to the music, people. So don't worry, we're going back to the music. But what I think what a lot of people get misconstrued at is that we get this, and I see it with people all the time that, oh well, they should book it this way, they should book it this way, and then you get it in your mindset, oh yeah, it's gonna happen that way, and then when it doesn't happen that way, you get mad. So I say this, man, like you have to always keep an open mind because at the end of the day, we're not in Triple H or TKO's brain. I even think in some instance, TKO kind of pulling the strings on Triple H and saying, hey, yo, man, you're going to do it this way.
Yeah, and I had some conversations with people that are big wrestling fans too. I'm in like a Facebook wrestling group and stuff, and like I said, I got the podcast. So I've had talks with people, and I definitely think TKO is taking more of like an influence on the booking and stuff and all that, because people are saying like they calling out Triple H and saying like, oh, he's a fraud. I'm saying he's not who he thought he was, this and that. But you gotta understand, like, it wasn't that long ago, like 5-10 years ago, people were praising him, saying all his praise when he was booking NXT, which is their developmental brand.
Yeah.
And he was doing great work there. He was giving us great matches and great storylines with that. But also NXT, you got to remember, NXT is like a small little sandbox compared to the main roster of WWE, which is like a big playground. So he has a lot more things to contend with. And what I'm saying, which I'm sure he's doing the best he can. So we gotta keep that in mind too. It's like he has a lot to deal with. He's the chief content officer. So that means not only is he booking the matches, but he has to deal with like the commercials and advertisements for WrestleMania, the video game promotion and stuff like that. So it's a lot that falls into his lap that he has to oversee. So it's different than NXT, which is like a small little sandbox compared to the playground stuff. But I think he's doing the best he can. And you look at like 2 years ago, 2024, when he took over full time, when Vince McMahon stepped down, like that was like one of their best years ever. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So like the fall off didn't really happen till like last year when they first moved to Netflix, which you thought would have been better because they moved to Netflix. We thought, oh, we were getting less commercials. We thought we were getting like less censorship. Then we ended up getting more advertisers, more commercials, and even more censorships and stuff like that. So it's like a lot going on. The ESPN deal, it's like that's cool, that's monumental. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
it like paying us $30 and stuff,
Yeah,
for
yeah,
one
yeah.
one pay per view, like that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like we need to get some more content on that. So
Yeah, bro. I'm a big component on let's bring back the WWE Network. I think
yes,
I think at this
yes,
point by now you don't need it. You don't need it now. Your name is phenomenal. You're not going anywhere. Bring it back. Bring back the ownership. You can do whatever you want to do on there. There's no restrictions, and it was easier. It was just easier. So let's bring back the WWE Network, man. So
absolutely, man. We definitely slept on WWE Network. We didn't know how good we had it until it was gone. You know what I'm saying? So.
exactly. So, all right, man. Well, yeah, we could talk about wrestling all day long, man. But there was another joint that you had. Let's go into that joint real quick before we go into anything else. So
Mhm.
it's not out yet. Do you want to tell the proud people about the joint?
Well, I've been teasing it a little bit on my social media. It's a new single, potentially looking to drop it April. So check that out. It's called Friday the 13th. You know what I'm saying? Produced by my man Volta, featuring another fellow artist from the DMV, Donnie Breeze. Make
Okay.
sure I go check him out too. He's doing good things, big things. So yeah, man, and he started doing music with me too. So we kind of came up together and stuff in music and everything. So
That's what's
it
up,
was
man.
real cool to kind of collaborate with him and do stuff with him and stuff like that. And he's collaborated with me on like mixtapes and stuff too. But as like far as like an official like single and stuff, like this
Yeah.
like one of the first times in a long while we actually got to do something like this. So
Okay.
I've been teasing it. And I know we just kind of missed Friday the 13th, but like I said, life be life and sometimes. So I just put out like a little teaser on the last Friday the 13th, just kind of like give people a little snippet of what to expect. So
Yeah.
there's also potential for the future. Like we got, I'm sure another one is coming up in like November, and then Halloween and stuff like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
too.
Of course.
So
Of course.
you got to think Friday the 13th. So obviously there's some inspiration from like the movies, with Jason and all that stuff like that too.
Okay.
So yeah, that's pretty much what to expect from that, man.
That's
But
what's up, bro.
it's a hard track though. It's a hard track.
I'm interested. I'm interested to hear this, man. So,
Yeah.
now, and of course, it's going to be on the 13th. Are we doing visuals for it as well, or are we just putting out the single?
Yes, definitely. I've been talking to my cinematographer about visuals and stuff like that, looking for like different locations as far as like trying to capture that aesthetic,
Okay.
and that vibe, that theme of it. So definitely been talking about a video, and we'll have that probably coincide the same time as release, if not a little bit after. So
Okay.
definitely expect a video soon as well.
That's what's up, bro. I like that. As far as performing, we got anything coming up on the pipeline? What's going on?
Uh, Not right now. I mean, maybe in the summertime, check back with me. It might have something coming up, or, you can always check back on my website, timlewisofficial.com.
I
Any
like that.
show dates I have coming up, you can always go through there and see what I got coming up and stuff like that. So yeah, make sure you go timlewisofficial.com, check that, frequently and see what I got coming up.
I like that, man. Like that you have a website and everything. In the next 3 years, where you hope to see yourself?
Next 3 years, hopefully, um, paying my rent on time, or or at least owning the house. You know what
I
I'm
like
saying?
that.
you know, um, just being able to just take care of myself and provide, for my family and stuff like that, because they've been real supportive of me, and I wouldn't be where I am right now without them. So I definitely got to give praise and thanks to my family, especially my dad, who's been one of my biggest supporters too, and as well as
That's
my
what's up.
inspiration for getting into music. So definitely got to shout out him. And it's everybody supported me, these last 15 years in this music journey. Like I know it hasn't been the easiest, but I appreciate those that have stuck by me since day one. I appreciate them staying by me now. So,
That's real.
3 years from now, hopefully to be in a better situation. All I know is for right now, I'm not where I used to be. So
Yeah, I like,
that's a
stamp
that's
on that.
yeah, so yeah, stamp on that for sure. I'm not where I used to be, and I'm always improving day by day. So it's one day at a time, and until I'm 6 feet under, the work is never done. So
Yeah,
that's pretty much what it is right there.
that's real. I like that, man. I
Yeah.
respect that. Give it a Facebook, Tim. Give it a Facebook, everything where they can find you, at, man.
Oh yeah. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at Tim Lewis Music Official. Like I said, my website, you can go to timlewisofficial.com. So you can check out all my stuff right there, my music, you read up my bio, check out any show dates, any new music dropping. You know what I'm saying? Everything you need will be right there, as well as info on my wrestling podcast. Tables, Ladders, and Conversations, which you can catch every other Thursday, streaming on all platforms as well. Hosted by myself and Demery Dove. We just dropped something as far as the women because we did a theme for like Women's History Month. So we did something on Trish and Lita, their rivalry, and we did like top 5 greatest women's wrestlers, and we got a big one coming up this month for April coming up for WrestleMania. So check that out this coming Thursday or whenever this episode airs. It'll probably be out by the time this episode airs here. But yeah, we got something big for WrestleMania. And also for China too, because we're coming up on 10 years since her passing. So we got a big episode coming up on the 9th wonder of the world herself, the legendary China. Yeah, man.
I started, real quick. So I was always spoiled as a wrestling fan. So my first time watching wrestling was when Vince McMahon returned to help The Rock get into WrestleMania.
I remember that. Mm-hmm.
My first pay-per-view was watching a pay-per-view was WrestleMania. It was 16. That was my first time.
2000. Yep, 2000.
My first time going to a WWF it was WWF at the time, but my first time going to a event was WrestleMania 17.
Oh man, you got to go to WrestleMania 17?
I got to go to WrestleMania 17.
A lot of people say that's the GOAT WrestleMania right there, man.
I got pictures. So I was spoiled as a wrestling fan because I came in at a peak era. So
yes.
And then I went to the next time I went to WrestleMania 25, which that was the one that it was Undertaker and Shawn Michaels had that 5-star match.
Yep. So. Yeah, man. I remember watching that live too, man. That was like one of the greatest matches I got to see in like real time. Instant classic for sure. I started watching wrestling like a little bit around that time too, like late 1999, around Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? It was like episode of SmackDown. They're doing a Thanksgiving episode, and first person I see is The Rock. He's talking about pie. You know what I'm saying? If you know The Rock, you know what type of pie he's talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, and right there, I just got hooked right there because it's like this guy, he looks like me. You know what I'm saying? And he's talking trash. He just looks cool. Got the sideburns and stuff. And then like around 2000 is like when I really got hooked into it. Okay. So yeah, about like right around that time you started, that's when I really got hooked. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I just caught like a glimpse of it around that Thanksgiving from '99 and stuff like that. But that spring and the summer of 2000, I was hooked.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then SummerSlam came around, SummerSlam 2000. That was like the first pay-per-view I got to watch live on TV.
Okay.
And the first event I went to live was a Monday Night Raw in 2004. When they were in DC back then, it used to be the MCI Center. It's the Capital One Arena now, but it was the MCI Center back then. So that's how it was old. I got to see Triple H, got to see Batista, who's from the area as well. Got to see Ric Flair, you know what I'm saying? So then, a couple years later, we went to Survivor Series 09.
Okay.
I got to see The Undertaker for the first time live.
Was that when he was going up against Randy at that time, or was that a different one?
At Survivor Series, this was like 09, so it was like a few years
09.
after the Randy Orton feud.
Okay.
He was a champion then, though, so he was going up against. He was in a triple threat. It was Undertaker versus Big Show versus Chris Jericho.
Okay.
And then there was another triple threat match with John Cena versus Triple H and Shawn Michaels.
Okay, that was the one then. Okay, man. Okay,
that was 09. That was a good show too, man. So definitely grateful for those memories and yeah, man, looking to go back, again soon. You know what I'm saying? Whenever they come back to town.
Yeah, man, when they can lower down the prices.
Yeah, the prices are ridiculous, man. You basically got to sell your house. You just buy a ticket,
Definitely, man. Tim, I do appreciate this, man. Before you go, I always ask all they can do a drop for me. You're going to say your name, and I'm rocking with DJ Malone.
Hey, what's up, man? It's your boy, Tim Lewis, the illest one to do it. And you now rocking with DJ Malone.
Boom. Fireworks, explosions, everything in between, man. Make sure you guys go follow Tim Lewis and everything he got going on. And make sure you guys go check out the villain origin story out right now on all platforms. And don't lie to me. Just go ahead because you're already on your phone, so don't lie to me. And let's go ahead and get it going, man. Run the analytics up. It's the one and only DJ Malone. We out. One.
We lit live. This is WPPC Chicago. Yeah. 77.3, your hottest digital station.
Now in digital HD sound.